All right, so we're diving deep today into some time-saving hacks, but not just any hacks. These are backed by science, which I love.
Yeah, I gotta love that evidence-based approach, right?
Exactly. And our source material today is this really cool video I found online. It's called Science-Backed Time-Saving Hacks. It's visually driven, really fast-paced, but we're going to break it all down.
Yeah, unpack it a little bit.
Exactly. Like I'm thinking our listeners, someone who wants to learn efficiently and then apply that knowledge.
All right.
So that's our mission today with this deep dive.
Sounds good.
So the first hack that the video talks about is called the 2-minute miracle. And I got to say, when I first saw that, I was like, really a miracle? But anyway, what's the deal with this one?
Well, it sounds deceptively simple if a task takes less than 2 minutes. Do it right now.
Like right now, right now?
Yeah, right now. Don't put it on a list. Don't tell yourself you'll get to it later. Just knock it out.
Huh, interesting. Okay, so how does that work? Like, why is that so effective?
So there's a psychological principle behind this called the Zeigarnik effect.
Okay, I've heard of this.
Yeah, it basically explains why unfinished tasks, those open loops, take up so much mental space.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah, it's like having a ton of browser tabs open in your brain.
Oh, totally.
Each one draining your mental energy. So by tackling those 2-minute tasks, immediately you're closing those tabs.
Oh, I like that analogy. Okay, so it's like decluttering my brain.
Exactly. You're freeing up your mental RAM.
Oh, okay, that makes total sense. Because I've noticed like even small things like if dishes pile up in the sink, even though washing a single dish takes like 30 seconds, right?
Right. And it's not just the time it takes, it's the mental energy of seeing it and thinking, okay, I need to do those dishes.
Yes, exactly. It's like this nagging feeling.
Exactly. And the video gives some other good examples too, like replying to a short email, hanging up your coat, refilling your water bottle. These little things can really add up.
Yeah, and I bet it creates like a ripple effect. You do one small thing, then you're more motivated to tackle bigger things.
Exactly. You're building momentum. You're proving to yourself you can get things done.
I love that. Okay, so that's the 2-minute miracle, and I'm already feeling more productive just talking about it.
Me too. It's amazing how these small tweaks can have a big impact.
Okay, so ready for hack number 2? This one hits close to home for me. I think for a lot of our listeners too, it's all about breaking free from the algorithm trap.
Oh yeah, the allure of endless scrolling. We've all been there.
Totally. And the video does a great job of visually showing how these apps are designed to like hijack our attention, right?
Oh yeah, they're like digital slot machines just spitting out endless content to keep us hooked.
Yes, exactly. And this hack gives you a tool to fight back. It's called the 5-4-3-2-1 rule.
Love this one. It's so simple, but so effective. Before you open that app, just ask yourself, will this help me in 5 weeks, 4 days, 3 hours, 2 minutes, or 1 second?
Okay, I love that it's like a reality check, before you fall down that rabbit hole. Like, how many times have we just mindlessly scrolled through social media and then you're like, wait, what have I been doing for the past hour?
It happens to the best of us.
Oh, for sure.
But this rule, it helps you become aware of that impulse and make a conscious choice.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
And there's actually a scientific reason why this works. Have you ever heard of attention residue?
Attention residue? No. Tell me more.
So you know how people talk about multitasking, right?
Oh, yeah. Like I'm the queen of multitasking.
But research actually shows that rapidly switching between tasks leaves behind this thing called attention residue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, even though you've moved on to something else, you're still kind of thinking about that last thing.
Oh, that's so me. It's like that feeling of, what was I just doing?
Exactly. And it diminishes your cognitive performance and you just feel scattered and less productive.
Oh, that is the worst.
So this rule isn't just about reducing screen time. It's about making sure the time you do spend online is intentional.
I love that being intentional. Okay, that's a great takeaway. All right, so we've tackled procrastination and outsmarting those algorithms now for a hack that's a little more well-active.
Yeah, let's get moving.
This one is called the energy lie, and it's all about busting the myth that you need like a ton of time to boost your energy and focus.
Yeah, so we all know exercise is good for us. Right. But finding a full hour to work out can feel really overwhelming, especially when you're already feeling time crunched.
Oh, totally.
So this hack emphasizes short bursts of physical activity, even just 90 seconds to revitalize your mind and body.
Wait, 90 seconds, that's it?
That's all it takes.
Okay. I'm intrigued, but also skeptical. Does this really work?
So when you engage in even brief physical activity, your heart rate increases, pumping more oxygen to your brain.
Okay, that makes sense.
And this leads to improved cognitive function, a boost in mood-regulating chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, and a reduction in stress hormones.
So it's like a quick jumpstart for your brain.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to see the appeal. So what kind of activity are we talking about here? Like, I'm picturing something a little more exciting than, walking to the water cooler.
The video gives the example of doing 90 seconds of air punches.
Air punches. Okay, I can do that.
I know it sounds a little silly,
Mm-hmm.
but it gets your heart rate up and your blood flowing.
Okay, I'm willing to give it a try. I'm always up for a little silliness, especially if it means getting an energy boost without having to block out, a huge chunk of time.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of this hack. You can do it anywhere, anytime, no gym membership required.
Okay, so we've got 3 powerful hacks so far. The 2-minute miracle, the 5-4-3-2-1 rule, and the energy lie. They're all about making small but impactful changes that can really add up to big results.
Yeah, small steps, big results.
Exactly, and that's what we love, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll dive even deeper into these hacks and see how you can apply them to specific areas of your life. So stay tuned. Welcome back. All right, so I'm really excited to dig deeper into these time-saving hacks and see how we can actually put them into practice, make them work for us in real life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's revisit that 2-minute miracle. Have you heard any feedback from listeners that people actually tried this?
I bet a lot of people have already been using this approach without even realizing it.
Yeah, probably.
But what I think is interesting is how this principle can apply to bigger tasks too. Those projects that just feel so daunting.
Oh, yeah, the ones you keep putting off.
Exactly. They just loom over you.
Oh, I have a whole list of those.
But instead of letting them just sit there and stress you out, try breaking them down into smaller 2-minute chunks.
Okay, so it's like tricking your brain into getting started.
Exactly. You're not overwhelmed. You're just committing to 2 minutes.
That's a good strategy.
Let's say you have to write a report, right?
Oh, so worse.
Instead of staring at a blank page for hours, just commit to 2 minutes of brainstorm.
I like that.
Set a timer, jot down ideas,
Yeah.
bullet points, anything that comes to mind.
Okay, so it's like dipping your toes in the water instead of diving head first.
Exactly. And once you've overcome that initial inertia, you'll often find yourself just naturally continuing beyond the 2 minutes.
Well, that's so true. It's like once you get started, it's not so bad.
Yeah, you've broken through that procrastination barrier.
I love that. Okay, so we've conquered procrastination now. Let's talk about that algorithm trap again and that 5-4-3-2-1 rule. Has anyone tried this and actually noticed a difference in their screen time?
I hope so, because this rule is about more than just resisting the urge to scroll. It's about encouraging you to be more mindful about what you're actually consuming,
Right. Instead of just passively taking in whatever the algorithm throws at you.
Exactly. Become an active participant.
Yeah.
Choose content that aligns with your goals, your interests, or even just your mood in that moment.
Yeah, it's so easy to just get caught up in the endless stream of information and forget why you even opened your phone in the first place.
Totally. And, it's almost like, are you using technology or is technology using you?
Oh, that's deep.
The 5-4-3-2-1 rule, it helps you regain that control. It's about prioritizing your time and attention.
Okay. Yeah, I like that being the driver, not the passenger.
Exactly.
Okay, now, for the hack that I'm personally most excited about, the energy lie, harnessing the power of those 90-second bursts of energy.
Yeah. Have you tried this one yet?
I'm working on it.
It's really remarkable how those short bursts of physical activity can make such a difference in your energy and focus.
Yeah, for sure.
And the key is to find activities you genuinely enjoy and can easily fit into your day.
Right, because if I force myself to do an exercise, it feels more like a chore than an energy boost.
Exactly. So what are some things you like to do?
Well, the videos suggested air punches.
Yeah.
But I also like to do jumping jacks sometimes, a quick dance break, or even just a brisk walk around the room. Anything to get the blood flowing.
Yeah. And if you're at home, you could do some yoga stretches or play with your pets. It's all about finding what works for you.
Right, exactly. And you don't need any fancy equipment or a gym membership. You can literally just get up and move for a minute or two.
Exactly. And that's so important because it challenges that belief that we need hours to take care of ourselves.
Yeah. Right.
Small changes can make a big difference.
I love that. So, okay, we've revisited all 3 hacks. The 2-minute miracle, the 5-4-3-2-1 rule, and the energy lie. We've dug a little deeper into how they work, how you can apply them in your own life.
So now I'm curious, what's resonating most with you?
Yeah, what are you guys excited to try? Or maybe you're already trying some of these things. Tell us about it. Share your thoughts, your challenges, your successes. We're all in this together.
And remember, these hacks aren't rigid rules. They're more about empowering you to make conscious choices that align with your priorities and your goals.
Yeah, find what works for you.
And that's what we'll be exploring even further in part 3.
Oh, stay tuned. We're going to wrap up our deep dive with some final thoughts and some really actionable takeaways. I promise you won't want to miss it. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive. It's been awesome exploring these time-saving hacks with you guys. But now I want to kind of shift gears a bit. We've talked about being productive, but how do we use these hacks to make our lives not just productive, but fulfilling? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a great point. It's not just about checking things off a list, right? It's about creating a life that you actually enjoy living.
Exactly. So let's imagine how these hacks could work together, like in a real world scenario. Okay, picture this. You wake up and you're feeling super overwhelmed by this giant to-do list, the one,
We've all been there.
right? Where do you even start?
Well, instead of just getting lost in that spiral of stress, right? Start with a quick 2-minute win, like maybe it's making your bed, clearing off your desk, or even just writing down 3 things you're grateful for.
Oh, I love it. Starting the day with a sense of accomplishment, even a small one, it can make a huge difference.
Huge difference. And as you reach for your phone, remember that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule is checking social media right now going to actually help you achieve your goals for the day? Or would you be better off tackling a high priority task while you have that fresh energy?
Okay, phone down, prioritizing. Let's say I decide to focus on this work project that's been hanging over my head, but then after an hour or so, I hit that afternoon slump. My brain just wants to shut down.
Time for a 90-second energy burst. Get up, move around, do some jumping jacks, put on your favorite song, and dance it out. Anything to get your blood flowing.
Yes, dance breaks are the best. It's amazing how a few minutes of moving can totally shift your energy.
It's like hitting the reset button.
Totally. So by using these hacks together, you're basically creating this positive feedback loop.
Right. You're building momentum throughout the day.
I love it. And the best part is these hacks are adaptable, right? Like you can personalize them to fit your own life and your own needs.
Absolutely. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to time management.
Yeah.
It's all about finding what works for you, what makes you feel more in control of your time and your energy.
So well said. All right. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to encourage everyone listening to go beyond just understanding these hacks, like actually embrace them, experiment with them, and most importantly, use them to create a life that feels both productive and meaningful. A life that you're truly excited to wake up to.
Time is our most precious resource.
Yeah.
Let's use it wisely.
Couldn't agree more. That's a wrap, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.